Hello students, I hope all of you did your exams well and all of you are safe at home. In today's class, we are going to learn a new lesson. The name of this lesson is Chemical Reactions. So far, we studied about atoms, molecules, compounds, their formulas and chemical equations, right? Now we are going to learn about the chemical reaction. Let's start today's class with an activity. Now, I want you to take a lemon and squeeze its juice in a small bowl. Now, add a tablespoon of baking soda to it and observe the changes. You will observe a mixture bubbling up. You have successfully completed a chemical reaction. Yes, this is a chemical reaction. There is a lot of chemical reactions we do in our day-to-day life, knowingly or unknowingly. We are going to get a detailed knowledge about chemical reaction in today's class. Let's start with the definition of chemical reaction. So, a chemical reaction is a process where one or more substances gets converted into one or more different substances. As per the definition, the reactants are the one gets converted into products. All chemical reactions are accompanied by a change in energy. What form of energy? This energy can be in the form of heat or light. And this energy can either be given out or taken in during a chemical reaction. I repeat, all chemical reactions are accompanied by a change in energy. This energy can be in the form of heat or light. This energy can either be given out or taken in during a chemical reaction. Now, let's take a deeper look into this change in energy during a chemical reaction. For instance, take any powder detergent and a glass of water. Now add 1 or 2 spoons of detergent to water and mix it. Now touch the glass and feel the changes. You will feel heat on the walls of the glass, which means the energy in the form of heat is given out. Right? This type of reaction is called as exothermic reactions. Let's see the definition of exothermic reaction. A chemical reaction in which the heat or light are evolved is called as exothermic reaction. Here, evolved means given out, exo means out, therm means heat. The examples for exothermic reactions are lighting a match, burning of piece of paper or wood, etc. During winter, some people used to light the wood and sit near it to warm, right? Because the heat and light are evolved from it. So, it is a exothermic reaction. Let's see another example. Take some glucose powder and a glass of water. Now add 1 or 2 tablespoons of glucose and touch the glass and feel the change. You will feel cold because here the heat is absorbed from the surrounding. And this type of chemical reaction is known as endothermic reaction. The definition of endothermic reaction is a chemical reaction in which heat or light is absorbed is called an endothermic reaction. Endo means in. So, these are the reactions where heat or light is taken in. Examples are photosynthesis, combination of nitrogen and oxygen, etc. In photosynthesis, we all know the sunlight is absorbed to prepare food, right? So, it is an endothermic reaction since there is an absorption of sunlight. Now, let's see the reason behind this change in energy. Why there is a change in energy in a chemical reaction. In order to know the reason, we should remember two things. The first one is The atom are the one that take part in a chemical reaction. We already studied this statement in the structure of the atom lesson. We have to remember the statement. And the second one is chemical bonds are more stronger than the intermolecular force of attraction. Now, what is a chemical bond? Imagine these two as atoms. These two atoms are held together by a force of attraction in a molecule, and this force of attraction is known as chemical bond. Now, the difference between the chemical bond and the intermolecular force of attraction is that a chemical bond are present inside the molecule and the intermolecular force of attraction is between the molecule. For instance, consider this as a molecule. In this, you can see two yellow atoms, right? Two yellow atoms are held together by a chemical bond. So, this is a chemical bond. Now, this molecule should react with another molecule to form the product. Right? So, there is a chemical bond in the molecules and there is a intermolecular force of attraction between the molecules, right? Okay. Now, these molecules should react and give these two molecules as a product, right? Okay. How can we do that? Yes, we have to break these bonds and form a new bonds, right? In order to form this product. In order to form this product, what we should do? We should break the bonds and form the new bonds. So, now between bonds and intermolecular force of attraction, which one is stronger? Yes, chemical bonds are stronger. So, breaking and forming of bonds are not easy. We have to help the intermolecular force of attraction to overcome the chemical bond to form the desired product, right? For that, we need to give some energy. So, how a chemical reaction is taking place? By breaking a bond during which the energy is absorbed and by forming a new bond during which the energy is released. Okay? And the energy required to break the bond and the energy required to form the bond is not equal. Why? Because all the bonds are not the same. Some bonds are shorter, some are longer, some are thinner and some are thicker. Do you think the energy required to break all these bonds are equal? Definitely no. For example, in this reaction, we have to break these bonds which is very thin and form these bonds which are very thick. Here, breaking or forming of bonds which needs more energy. Yes, obviously formation of these bonds needs more energy. So, energy during the formation of bond is more. How can we say this in other words? In other words, the energy given out or released is more. Right? So, when the energy released during a reaction is more, what kind of reaction is this? Yes, it is an exothermic reaction. I repeat this once again. Energy during the formation of bond is more. In other words, energy given out or released is more. So, this reaction is called as exothermic reaction. Right? Let's see one more example. Here we need to break these bonds which are thicker to form these bonds which are thinner. Which process needs more energy? Yes, breaking of bonds needs more energy, right? Energy during breaking the bonds is more, right? In other words, energy absorbed is more. When a reaction absorbs more energy, then this reaction is known as endothermic reaction. I repeat this once again. Energy required during the breaking of bond is more. The energy absorbed is more. Therefore, this reaction is known as endothermic reaction. This is the exact opposite of the exothermic reaction. So, I hope now you all understood why there is a change in reaction, change in energy during a chemical reaction. Let's do a summary. First of all, a chemical reaction is one process in which the reactants gets converted into one or more products, right? So all reactions are accompanied with the energy release or absorption. A chemical reaction in which heat or light is evolved is known as exothermic reaction. For example, dissolution of detergent in water. A chemical reaction in which the heat or light is absorbed, it is known as endothermic reaction. For example, photosynthesis, dissolution of glucose in water, combination of nitrogen and oxygen. Then, chemical bond is more stronger than intermolecular force, and the atoms are the ones which take part in a chemical reaction. We have to remember these two statements in order to find the reason for the change in reaction, right? If the energy required for breaking the bond is more, then the reaction is endothermic. If the energy released during the formation of bond is more, then the reaction is exothermic. Exo means out, therm means heat, and endo means in. So that's all for today's class. The assignment for today's class is give 10 examples for exothermic and endothermic reaction in everyday life. Okay, the exothermic and endothermic reaction which you come across in everyday's life, the reactions around you. So you have to list down the 10 examples for this. Thank you, students.